Craig, you won by 12, but there's a bit of a worry against the team down the bottom of the ladder. You guys, premiership favourites, are just not quite clicking yet.
Yeah, I don't really take into account, we're favourites or non-favourites or where people are on the table. At the end of the day, it's, I think, you've seen there today, and you've seen a lot of games, anyone can beat anyone on their day, and like the conditions today, that was always going to be whoever handled those conditions best were probably going to win the game. And I think like our handling or our completions were better than the Gold Coast. But I thought they, like I say, they certainly didn't give up there. When they got 18 behind, they just kept coming, and we probably done a couple of things that we probably wouldn't normally do, and sort of hurt us a little bit, and then all of a sudden it was game on, So, like I say, it's in these conditions, away from home, we're really happy to get the win. There's some things that we think we can improve in, but as I said, I thought the Titans, really battled away well, and as I said, it was anyone's game there with 15 minutes to go, and it was only 12 points difference.
No Grant, no Coates. Garlick comes in, and Howarth. A lot of interest here in Queensland about Howarth going. Obviously, possibility of changes for the state of origin. How did you view his game today?
A little bit mixed. He missed a couple of tackles that sort of hurt us, and so he's still got a little bit of work to do. And again, that's his first game back from a shoulder injury, so we probably would have preferred him to play a couple of Queensland Cup games, but with the injuries we had and with Origin and whatever, we just thought it was probably time to put him in there. As I said, I thought he handled most of it pretty good, but he just come up with a couple of tackles that probably hurt us a bit, but he wasn't Robinson Crusoe. So like I say, he'll certainly get better the more games he gets under his belt, and hopefully he can stay uninjured.
Des Hasler was very concerned about the Verrills no try, where it was taken away by the bunker. What were your thoughts on that?
I didn't look at it closely. I was sort of rearranging our the replacements that we thought we were going to have to put on, and obviously the original decision was they're only 6 points behind. But as I said, I didn't look at it closely. I didn't think there was a whole heap wrong with it when I watched it live, but as I said, I didn't look at any slow motion, and then all of a sudden while we were trying to arrange things, then it got disallowed. So like I say, I wouldn't comment on that.
His argument is that when you've got a player in the ruck who's conceded a penalty, it also was a six again called, advantage should go to the team that's playing the football. Do you feel like that basically the advantage should go to the team that's trying to score the try?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. That's probably cutting it down to simple terms. But at the end of the day, we've got to sort of trust what the referee's decision was and the bunker decision. At the end of the day, at least they had time to look at it and then make a decision. And like I say, I'm not going to criticise Des either, but I'm not going to criticise the referees. I like to say, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It got ruled that way, and I'll stay out of it.
Just on that Origin boys resting, that was a decision made for their best sakes. Like that's what they wanted. Because Harry's head didn't look great after Wednesday night.
His head never looks great. Probably a little bit worse after that, but obviously there, and he's only had the one game back with us, and then the Origin game. So to back him up, 3 days later probably wouldn't have been ideal. But with X, he's had a few hamstring, problems in the past, so we just thought it was safe to do that. And the other, consideration was, we play again on Friday, so we've got a short turnaround. So, like I say, we usually, have an opinion on it as a staff, as a whole footy staff. But at the end of the day, if the players are strong on they want to play or they don't want to play, we'll usually go with that. And over the years, obviously, especially with our guys that have you know, our Smiths, Slaters, Cronks, Crockers and all those sort of guys, they always wanted to back up, especially if they got beaten Origin, you know. But like, as I said, you know, we just thought that was a safe way to go, and they didn't sort of argue with that, so they were sort of happy to look on today, and they were probably as nervous as I was.
How instrumental is Grant Anderson as a fix-it man for you guys? He just seems to do the job every time he comes in.
Is that me?
Either.
Oh, okay.
He's been great for us. Like you just said, he's pretty much Mr. Fix-It. He, you know, probably wasn't in our best 17 to start the year, but we've had a few injuries, and he's, you know, played centre and the wing, and every time he's come in, he's done a great job, and done another great job tonight. So, you know, he's really important for our team this season, and he just showed why again tonight.
Is Will far away from coming back?
Yeah, he's a fair way away, I think. Yeah.
So where do you go, Craig? What do you need to do to... You said you were mixed tonight. You're glad to get the win. Obviously, a couple of Origin players out. But what do you want to see your side do? You're into second, which is credit to you guys, but I think you'd lost 3 of your previous 6. So what do you want to see the side do in the weeks coming forward?
I think the last 6 weeks we've gone win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, you know. So, or the other way around. But, you know, it's been inconsistent. So we just need to get back at being consistent with our preparation, with our training, and then hopefully that'll work out on, you know, on the field. And to be quite honest, I probably haven't been hard enough on our consistency. So that's going to stiffen up a little bit, you know, with our training and preparation, and the players that are consistent, well, you know, they're going to get a bit of a leg up into the team.
Perhaps after the game said it's about finding the right gears, and that's in the spine as well. What sort of does he mean by that? Just how to play the game, the flow of the game?
Yeah, I think it's just, I guess, the way we play together, and when we want to play and when we, you know, don't want to play. I think it's just figuring out times of the game. I think, you know, the game is, you know, a little bit different this year, where, you know, there's a lot of momentum shifts, and you know, someone can hold a momentum and then it can change really quickly. So I think the teams that are, I guess, the best defensive teams are the best at the moment, and then teams who can change that momentum. So I think it's just trying to figure out that balance, finding that balance, and that's something we want to do as a spine, be able to do that a bit better.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.